The first time I walked on campus, it was just a really special feeling. I thought, this is a really unusual school, I can tell.
First minute I walked into the first classroom, I immediately was just struck with this idea, like, I have to have this for her.
I think the main thing that drew me to it was that I saw it as a place where we train leaders.
Elementary students and elementary children are all naturally curious. They're all actually wired and designed to learn. And what we're trying to do in our school setting is to not just keep that alive, but to heighten it, to exaggerate it, to even inflame it in some ways.
We try to find what makes that child tick, the inner core interests of each particular individual.
Really instilling, much more than anything, just a love of wanting to know more and wanting to engage in the world and being excited about the mysteries.
They're going to acquire the basics of reading and math. They're going to get a really good grounding in geography and social studies. They're going to get a really hands-on experience with science, but it's going to be brought together in a truly holistic way.
So let's see what we created. We added the small number of 1,876 to 2,123. What large number did we create?
Children spend a lot of time growing in independence and developing a sense of independence.
At Headwaters, the ultimate goal is to guide the children to a place where they discover their own love of learning.
Wait, did you measure and dig?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this hole big enough?
One of the things I really like is the multi-age classrooms.
There's a whole really cool dynamic there where the younger kids get to learn from the older kids socially and academically.
Children have a chance to both mentor another student as well as be a mentee.
Hacia.
Hacia.
Adentro.
Adentro.
Afuera.
Afuera.
There's special classes that we don't get that aren't like a regular, just like your academic teacher. It's like Spanish, PE, art, music.
Love is life and life is living. Living is love and love is giving. When we live for love, it gives right meaning. When we live to give love,
Wow.
I think the most unique special that we have is gardening. It's kind of rewarding seeing like, I grew this, I can eat this. It's really cool.
When we say follow the child, that comes from the guide spending time really observing the children in the classroom. We meet the child where they are in their academic development and their social emotional development.
The learner comes to know herself or himself just as much through failure and what they're not good at as to what they are good at, and they know themselves. What do you do when you hit an obstacle? What do you do when something doesn't come easily to you? And how can you tackle that?
Did you know that words have beats? Ethan.
Let's see if we can clap that up.
Ethan. Super.
Awesome.
What drew me here initially from my visits were the guides in the school.
The only thing I can relate to is like a family member, and their job as a family member is to be an educator. And so they have that love and that connection and that care.
Being able to call your teacher by their first name is part of that, but it's also the way in which the teachers engage them in a conversation and show that they value their opinion.
The wonderful thing that our students realize and find out is that nothing is so big that can't be worked out.
Like if kids have a fight, if they're in a fight, the teacher will help them sort it out by saying like, you have to look at their perspective and you have to look at their perspective. And then later we'll have like a talk.
Children need a little guidance. They need a little help with the words that they're trying to find to identify their feelings or their emotions that they're dealing with.
Then starting to learn how to have empathy and understanding, have engaged listening where you're actually paying attention to somebody and understanding their thoughts and feelings and having compassion.
Take one last breath in and then breathe out. Okay, so we're gonna start with peace thoughts.
Our investment today in Headwaters is an investment in his future as a person, as a happy, successful adult, as someone who's going to keep learning.
The children have a significant contribution to make. And this stretches far beyond the classroom and it goes out into the world.
When they are finished with our elementary program, we want them to leave with a sense of confidence, a strong sense of self, and this fiery sense of wonder that they carry in the middle school, and know that that's what their education is about and for.